Hey, just here to talk about this new deck. I don't really want to describe it as just like PK and Genesis or like a slop, like a three slop deck that I've heard a lot of people talking about. It's my take on it. Um, you can see this is what I'm playing right now for the Genesis EU WCQ, or it is new the Genesis event at Euros. I made day two with a very similar list. It was 60 playing all three of these engines, but these are the tweaks I made. I'll talk about why I did them, why I made the choices I've made, and what each card does and what could be changed, what I need help with, and all that. So I think firstly you have to play this allotment at the top, right? The Phantom Knight engine is almost unchangeable. Like you have to play these as a minimum. The ones I've just put here. So you don't have to play this rank up magic. I think it's really good because it lets you end on Evil Sormothion, which is 0 points in Genesis and is very strong into the decks of the format and the non-engine. A lot of people are playing Kaijus and Lava Golem, which cards it's really strong into. So I just think it's worth it. And your end board feels a bit weak if you don't have it, which is something I want to look into and something I want to talk about. Like, is there anything else we could end on? But I think this engine's really strong. A bit overpointed here. The whole engine is 41 points if you include both of these. It's quite hefty, I think. Yeah, this is like the minimum you can play. I liked playing maybe another Ancient Cloak and maybe another Foxblade. They're two things that I want to look into. Then we got the Materia Actors. I think these cards are like really underpointed in Genesis. They're zero points for the entire thing. Exit card is a really strong card. It can either summon or add any Materia Actor spell trap. Gives you a spell negate because Materia Actor critical is just an Omni negate that if you have a trap on it can set itself, which comes up quite a lot because you often have this under it, or can place monster bomb in the deck. Like this effect's like negative, right? Because otherwise it'd be too good. But this effect's really good. I can't turn it set. Like I think this card's really strong. I think the other card's really good as well. This is a 3 level free extender for 0 points. Just adds any normal, or it's a Kalute, which comes up quite a lot actually against some decks that make bigger bodies. Zepter Wing's really good. It's just a free extender, or it's normally what you summon off of this because this will add any card as well. Like Giga Draw. So you play Giga Draw because it is the only way that I found to turn any 2 level 3 monsters in the game into any 2 level 3 dark monsters in the game, which obviously you need 2 level 3 dark monsters for your Xyz monster. So the whole reasoning is you can go Exegard, summon Giga Draw, summon Claw Reacher. It can be any level 3 dark monster. I just thought it was the funniest one, so that's why we're playing it. But yeah, this lets you produce 2 bodies off the Exegard, so it lets Exegard become another rank 3, which is like the main theory behind this deck. It's that a rank 3 becomes a rank 3 becomes a rank 3 becomes a rank 3 and so on. And then next we have Meltdown. I actually think Meltdown's a really good card. This is Prosperity's every turn from Materia Actor card specifically. And then you can just, every time you activate a rank 3, anytime you activate an Xyz, you just mill 1 and put it under a Materia Actor. Another thing about this card is when you prosp, you get to like just add any material from your like guy to your hand. So it gives you follow up, or it gets materials off your cards for the random card magic, because obviously this needs no materials in your cards. And then like pretty standardly, next we got the Goblin Bikers. This is an engine that I'm not the biggest fan of, but maybe it's because I'm playing such a small number of them. Like same theory as last time. It's just a rank 3 engine that converts 2/3s into 2/3s. But this one reason I like it is this is an on summon effect, like not an ignition effect. And this is disruption, right? So like when you're going into a board, the goblins are actually really nice. This card's really good, but my main problem is in 19 points for the 2 of these cards, which I think might be a tiny bit too much. Makes your whole engine 60 points. Yeah. Then we're playing 3 DD Co 3 Ogre because if you're playing Meltdown and you're attaching cards to your Exegard, you want to be able to attach hand traps because this card can return 2 materials from your hand to it, which is really nice. Then in the extra deck, we've got Exegard. We play 2 of it because it's 0 points. Really strong card. Let's do follow up. Let's do it up. Then we play 1 Malevolence Life. I would like to play more. The fact is that it is 12 points though, which is quite expensive. This card's really good though. Like this effect comes up quite a lot in Genesis because you're playing grindier games. And then we're playing one Levy and one Shamanite. This is like a bit debatable because Shamanite is better in a grind game. Like it's better to summon this after a while, but Levy is really nice because if you've been hit by a Prulia or you don't have this trap in grave, because we don't have as many ways to send cards to grave in this format. Like Levy lets you just do it, right? Like Levy just does it. Shamanite's obviously a really good card. I would really want to be able to fit a second one in, which might be the Levy. I'm unsure. We're currently only on one Breaksword. The second one hasn't really come out that much because there aren't that many good 4s. The problem is Raider's Knight is 80 points, so you can't fit it into your deck. I don't know why they pointed this card at 80, but with it at 80, you can't, like, it's very hard to use Raider's Knight effectively because it also dark locks you. As you can tell, the Materia Actors aren't dark other than these two. The Goblin Bikers aren't dark. You're then locked into your Phantom Knight deck. It feels a bit weak. Next we have Ophion. I think this card's really strong in Genesys. For 0 points, the fact that it turns off all the Kaijus, turns off most fusion decks, turns off Lava Golem, turns off, Whisker. There's a lot of reasons you play this card. I think it's really strong. And like, I just like having it in the deck. Helps you play around Nib, helps you do a lot of things. Then we have these two. I think you have to play these two. This is like the main piece of your end board. This card's really insane. But I don't want this to be the only part of your end board because it's obviously a really good card, but it means your interactions are very like they're kind of isolated there. And other than in main, like in advanced, you can do that, but in Genesys, I think it's a bit weak. Then protection and also to clear your zones, we play Future of Zexal, which I think is quite insane. Like this card's really easy to make in this deck because all your rank 3s produce 2 level 3s, so you're always having these speed. You can always make 2 spare rank 3s over the course of your combo. This means that they can't target your cards, can't target their own cards, which is really nice against some matchups. And like this effect's really insane. Just can't be sure about the card effect to the rest of the turn and takes control. Like, I mean, yeah, there's no complaints. Then we've already been through Gabonga. This card's ridiculous, but I wish like I could play a bigger Goblin package almost that I thought was beneficial, because the problem is with the Goblin Bikers, I'll pull up now. Goblin Biker is that Grand Entrance is 20 points, right? So you can't play this card effectively, and I don't really want to dedicate another 7 points to this engine because that's a lot of points. And I think Gone Wild isn't that good in this format, which is a bit annoying. Mean the Merciless and Boomrock are the only two I could really see myself playing. That Mean you can play just because it always summons it, like it's always an extender. Like if you already have like bodies, this can summon itself from grave, which is really nice. Same with this guy. I think this card's really good. But the problem is it's like once per cycle with it, which is like a bit awkward. And then we play Ouroboros. Ouroboros is like actually quite good. It gets really big, especially if you make it with a Ragged Gloves, because I've had like times where it's like a 4,500 or like it's like a 4,200. Not 42, sorry, 4,000. But like it gets big. It's got a good effect here to just always like give you follow up. And the fact that it's a dark monster is really nice, because if you get board white, it means you can turn your critical back on your opponent's turn by using the Umbral Veil. It just comes up quite a lot. Then we got this package is like a bit I'm undecided because it's 20 points. So this is Fortune Tune and Zeus. It just lets you clear these more like these bigger boards really easily, like these Constellar boards or these like fuck off combo deck boards, or like these heavy back row decks as well, which I think this deck might have like not a great matchup to. Like Zeus is just a card that lets you deal with that very effectively, but it is 20 points. So like maybe I don't play it because you can play 3 Heavy Storms to this point. You play like Evenly Matched. There's a lot of things you can play. Right, so we'll see. And then these are like tech options that we could play. So first one's Dagostar Emerald. So I think a problem I noticed whilst playing this deck is you often go through a lot of your seasons on turn 1, so it feels like your deck's a lot less explosive turn 2. So you want to be able to shuffle them all back. I wish there was an easy way. There might be, which is why I'm asking you guys. There might be an easy way to shuffle them back. And also this effect comes up sometimes because obviously you'll have an old monster quite very often. But yeah, I think this card's really good, and it's quite easy to make with the Umbral Veil. Sorry, the Doomsayer, right? We got Terratop. With the new, this is not for now. This is more for when we get the new Speedroid cards in the modern Legendary decks Arc V. I think this card's really good. It's Terratop, very good rank 3 engine. it is 7 points. So you're paying 21 for the set, which I think is like a bit much. And we get the same problem with the Radiants. The Radiants are like Terratop but better, but they're even more points, right? It's like Eldam 7. Like if I just show you Radiant. Eldam 7. Swen's 3, which is really nice, but Chance 10. So you get into like a situation where you could play like 17 for this. You used to be able, Visions used to be free, so like I would have played something like this, which I think makes sense. But with only one, I'm not the biggest fan, but it could be worth it. This is the cover only the Boomlock. Then we got Rescue Hedgehog. Rescue Hedgehog's quite interesting, I think. It summons any 2 level 3 or lower monsters from your deck with the same type or attribute, but one's normal, one's an effect. So you can play like a card like Science Soldier to use this to summon any PK from your deck and it, which is like a really strong way to start your combos off. I'm not sure how I feel about it going second is the problem. I think it's really strong going first, but I'm not sure about how I feel about it going second. You could side deck it. Like you could cut the Claw Reacher, put in Science Soldier, and then like use this going second. And it's got Tour Guide. So Tour Guide's good just because it can summon itself. Good normal summon. Like gets you 2 3s. The problem is once again points. It's 3 points. So we'll see. The next card we can look into is the Materia Reactor Melt Through. Similarly to what's it called, Meltdown. Looks at the top 6, place them in any order. This one doesn't add, but it lets you use any normal monster to make to become the full material for a Materia Reactor. Which is actually quite good. Like if you end up playing more normal monsters, it might be worth it. Or if you end up leaning more into the Materia Reactor part of the deck, it's probably more worth it. Next card is the Overlay Network. And I just read through all the spells. These ones I picked out. It's just Monster Reborn for level 3 in this deck, really. Which I think's nice. It's good extender. And this effect's pretty good as well. For 0 points, like Monster Reborn's pretty good. I once again, I'm a bit torn about how good it is going second. Then we have Ghost Trick Shot. This is good if you play Alucard, Mischief. So because you can go Alucard into Mischief. Mischief add Shot, summon back the Alucard, make Mischief. And then make an F-Zero with them. But it is a brick, which I'm not, not 100% convinced of that. The next card is the Record Magic Force. This card is nice because it lets you make Arc Rebellion really easily, which is quite hard in this because it's not loads of ways to recur cards from grave, which is where you could play the Phantom Knights. There's a level 4 PK, I think it's Cloven Helm or Fragile Arm. I think it's Cloven Helm. Yeah. So Cloven Helm says you could attach it and then add any PK card from your grave to your hand during the end phase, which might be worth playing. Just because you do actually lose out on graveyard recursion quite a lot. So I think it could be worth it. Pot of Desires, once again, same as Emerald. This is 0 points. And actually comes up quite a lot when you go second because you'll often be able to push through a board, get to like a position where you've got 5 monsters in your game and just go Avarice, shuffle them all back, draw 2, right? It's an insane effect. And on the same line, you've got Sloth. Sloth is only 10 points, but it's insane going second. Like, this card's just so strong, right? Lets you do a lot. Like, being able to scope your hand in this deck, get rid of the Fog's Blade, the Wings, the rank ups in your hand is really strong, or like the normal monsters. Really good. And then obviously Raiders Knight, 80 points. Bit upsetting, I'm not the happiest about it. And then Evil Sword Nightmare. This is the other 4 you can play. So I actually want to play a second 4 quite badly. And this I think is the best one. I actually want to play another copy of this guy. The Dark Rebellion. The problem is we don't have we don't have the overframe yet. Obviously this would be like best in slot. It'd probably be pointed when it's released, but this card's really nice. Like, you'd play this either way, just because it's a 4 that can summon itself back very easily in PK, and it lets your Break Sword be more value. So, like, I think it's fucking the same. We're not getting it, though. I'll show you guys a quick combo with what you can do with these cards. So we're just going to go through the 1-card Doom Solaret combo. And, like, you guys can kind of just extrapolate from there, or, like, make new lines, because this is very much a working concept. So let's say you have Doom Solaret, you summon it, obviously You then set the Umbral Veil, summon it, because it can get to turn it set, and then you're going to go 1-2. You're going to make the where is he at? You're going to make Malevolent Scythe attach, and here all of our rank 3s make 2/3s. So in this line, we'll probably pretend we've got a discard. I'm unsure. We'll go for a Decay Cloak, our Torn Scale, and then so we're just going to pretend we have like a random discard. Let me just add like DD crits my hand. Forgot that I needed this, but it's like normal this, declare pitch, send Ancient Cloak, then overlay these two, and now here's where you just start using rank like 3s that make more 3s, as like that was like the whole point of this deck, right? So here you're gonna go for Gabonga. Gabonga's gonna make 2 more 3s by going for Dog, detach the Torn Scale, grab Breakout, and then you're going to go Breakout, tribute Dog, summon Clutter, summon Dog. Then you're going to overlay these two, make make the Exegard. Exegard will then summon something from your deck. And we'll just summon the Zepter Wing, probably. Where is that? We probably won't do this yet, actually. That's a lie. Because I want to do this. Because you want to make the guy out. So you're going to search Silent Boots. And then Torn Scale, summon itself. Summon Silent Boots out. Overlay these two. Doom Solaret. Rank, like, level them up. Overlay these two. Making where are you at? Dark Rebellion, and then you go Malevolent Scythe to add something. We'll add the rank up magic from our deck. Where there it is. And then we're gonna rank up magic, summon back out the Ancient Cloak. And ranking up this into the big man himself. There it is. So here you can see that like this is why we need the F0, because zones are actually quite a big annoyance in this format. So because we were out of zones there. And then you go Exegard, detach anything, summon anything. We're gonna summon the where is it? The Zepter Wing. The Zepter Wing, we can add anything you want. We'll probably just end up adding critical because it's just an Omni. And then we can make Shamanite for follow-up. Or we can make... You can really make anything here. Like, you're in, like, such a free position from here. Where it's like... You could have gone for Meltdown, added back Silent Boots, discarded the Silent Boots. Or something, and made Otheon here. But we're not going to because this was a 1 card. But if you had more starters, you could have made like you need a 2 card combo to make Ophion plus this most of the time. Obviously, if you guys can figure out combos that aren't 1 cards, I'd be very happy. But now you're just gonna make Shamanite because it's good follow up. Set the critical. Pass. This is a very strong end board. You've got an Omni, 3 monster negates. And then for follow-up, and then a Snatch Shield take control, and they can't target any of these guys either. And you've got Clutter Spluder, and Bikabonga, Shamanite, which could follow up with a Ancient Cloak under it, Silent Boots, Torn Scale, and a Decay Cloak. That was all of 1 card with critical. Well, yeah, there's definitely better lines you can do. I just haven't figured them all out yet. Be very thankful if someone like looked into it or contacted me and we can look into them at a different point in time. Thank you.